Assalamu alaikum. I'm Amina Haider, lecturer Institute of Business Studies. I'm here with the course of Marketing Management. Today is lecture number 11, and the topic that we are going to cover today is market segmentation and its types. Here is the overview of the topics that we are going to cover today. We are going to learn about the definition of market segmentation, why market segmentation is important. We will learn about the types of market segmentation and then how to create a market segmentation strategy. So our first topic is what is market segmentation? Market segmentation is the process of dividing a market into smaller, more defined categories. It segments customer and audience into groups that share similar characteristics such as demographics, interest, needs, or location. So, segmentation is dividing the market into smaller groups of buyers with distinct needs, characteristic, or behavior who might require separate product or marketing mix. It's the process of understanding why people buy products and service like yours. Which of those people you can best satisfy and what you can do to make your product simply irresistible to them. The fundamental philosophy behind customer segmentation is that customer will be more inclined to buy something or take action when doing so addresses their specific needs. Why market segmentation is important? The importance of market segmentation is that it makes it easier to focus on marketing efforts and resources on reaching the most valuable audience. It also allows you to get to know your customer, identify what is needed in your market segment, and determine how you can best meet those needs with your product or service. Identify the most effective marketing tactics. So, with dozens of marketing tactics available, it can be difficult to know what will attract your audience. So, using different types of market segmentation guides you towards the marketing strategies that will work best. When you know the audience you are targeting, you can determine the best solutions and methods for reaching them. Create stronger marketing messages. When you know whom you are talking to, you can develop stronger marketing messages. You can avoid weak language that speaks to a broader audience. Instead, you can use direct message that speak to the needs, wants, and unique characteristic of your target audience. Attract and convert quality leads. When your marketing messages are clear, direct, and targeted, they attract the right people. You draw in ideal prospects and are more likely to convert potential customers into buyers. Differentiate your brand from competitor. Being more specific about your value proposition It allows you to stand out from competitors. Instead of blending in with other brands, you can differentiate your brand by focusing on specific customer needs and characteristics. Its segmentation allow you to stay focused. Um, Targeting in marketing keeps your messaging and marketing objectives on track. It helps you identify new marketing opportunities and avoid distraction that will lead you away from your target market. Types of market segmentation. The four bases of market segmentation are demographic segmentation, psychographic segmentation, behavioral segmentation, and geographic segmentation. Within each of these types of market segmentation, multiple subcategories further classify audience and customers. So, moving towards the first type of segmentation, that is the demographic segmentation. When a business divides market on the basis of variables such as age, gender, income, etc., it is called demographic segmentation. So, in this type of segmentation, it divides the market into groups based on variables such as age, gender, family size, family life cycle, income, occupation, education, religion, race, and nationality. This helps brands spend their advertising and marketing budget more efficiently. Instead of going after their entire market, they are able to show relevant messages to people. For example, taking age and life cycle segmentation, Colgate has their offers for Colgate for kids and Colgate total for the entire family. Age plays an important role in where and how you market your products. Toys are obviously for younger demographic group, but certain video games appeal to a mature audience as well. Similarly, we can take income demographic segmentation. It is when people are segmented by their monthly or yearly income. You can also segment on the basis of their personal income or household income. This is most effective when you have specific product for a specific niche at a higher price point. Using income segmentation when you have both expensive and inexpensive products. When you segment the groups that can afford the products away from the ones that can't, you get clearer feedback. Example of this is Mercedes. They have cars that starts at $40,000 and one that start at $500,000. Taking another variable, which is occupation. People achieve different levels of formal education, and with each type of education there are certain experiences they may have. On the other side, your occupation can play a big role in how you purchase product and service. Doctors and nurses may make different food choices when compared to construction workers or laborers, etc. The next is psychographic segmentation, dividing the market into different groups based on social class, lifestyle, or personality characteristic. When a business divides a market on the basis of variables such as social class, lifestyle, personality characteristic of the consumer, it is psychographic segmentation. In Pakistan, for example, people belonging to a lower class send their children to madrasas and low quality schools, whereas people belonging to upper and middle class send their children to O levels and A levels and to high schools. It is mainly conducted on the basis of how people think and what do they aspire their life to be. Any organization which intends to understand their consumer thought process can divide their target market according to this segmentation method, taking into account the lifestyle. Various resources have to be uh, invested if multiple products are to be created for multiple markets. But product resources can be saved if segmentation is done on the basis of lifestyle. Product development can be made more credible. For example, if a shoe manufacturer intends to design shoes for various sections of the market, such as athletes, office goers, and students. Then another variable can be personality. Market researchers can conduct a segmentation based on personality to form a group of people with similar personality traits. A few defined personalities are creative, emotional, friendly, introvert, extrovert. They help the organization to filter their customers in a systematic manner. Then, taking into account the social class. In most cases, the social status of people primarily decides the product they use and their preferences. Um, each social class has their choice of clothes, their own choice of shoes, foods, electronics, etc. For example, elites would generally prefer luxury cars, holiday homes. A luxury car brand would target only the elites and not the middle class people. Now, the third type is behavioral segmentation, dividing a market into groups based on consumer knowledge, attitude, use, or response to a product. When a business divides a market on the basis of variables such as knowledge, uses, and responses of consumer, it is called behavioral segmentation. Uh, Dividing the market into groups according to the different benefits the consumers seek from the product. For example, Sensodyne, a Sensodyne toothbrush. The toothbrush specially is designed for people with sensitive teeth. So at times the market is divided into the benefits people look for in the product class, the kinds of people who look for each benefit, and their major brands that deliver each benefit. Uh, Groups can also be made, segments can also be made on the basis of user status. Markets can be segmented into groups of non-users, potential user, first-time users, and regular user of a product. We can also segment on the basis of usage rate. For example, market can also be segmented into light, medium, heavy product user. Now the fourth type is geographic segmentation, dividing the market into different geographical units such as uh, nations, regions, state, country, city, or even neighborhood. When a business divides a market into geographical units, it is called geographical segmentation. For example, some biscuit producing companies sell high quality biscuits in urban areas of Pakistan and low quality biscuit in rural areas. Taking the example of McDonald's, which is operative in more than 162 countries. McDonald's has to face cultural differences with each country. This is why they adapted the concept of think global, act local. They had to adopt their foods in each country due to legal, religious, and cultural food habits. For example, in Canada and New Zealand, you can order a Mac lobster. It's primary ingredients are lobsters and breads. Uh, in in Pakistan, in most of the Asian world, they decide to serve the Mek rice burger. It's a burger which with rice formed into buns with beef or chicken meat between. You can also segment in geographic segmentation. You can also segment on the basis of climate. For example, the main idea to serve Coke is when it is cold. So Coca-Cola focus on hot areas of the world. How to create a market segmentation strategy? Now you have a better idea of what market segmentation is, why it is important, and the four types of market segmentation that we just studied. It's time to put this information into practice. How can we create a market segmentation, a good market segmentation? First of all, the very first thing you need to do is that you need to analyze your existing customer. If you have existing customers, start your market segmentation process by performing an audience analysis. That would allow you to learn about your customer, and you would begin to identify the trends that exist within your within your current customer base. For that, you need to interview your customer, you need to interview your sales team, you need to get a better idea of your business data. uh, your business likely has loads of data that can help you to have better idea of your customer. Use your customer relationship management tools and point of sale system to find trends related to behavioral segmentation. The next thing is that you need to create a buyer persona for your ideal customer. Once you completely analyze your audience, you will have a good idea about who your current customers are. The next step is take your data and use it to create a buyer persona that describes the exact type of customer you would like to attract. A buyer persona is a semi-fictional description of your ideal customer. It allows you to clearly visualize the person that your brand is trying to attract. Knowing whom you want to work with will make it easier to find the right market segment opportunities. The next thing is identify market segment opportunities. Once you have a buyer persona that describes your ideal customer, start looking for market segment opportunities. A market segment opportunities is a trend that can drive new marketing tactics or offering. To find them, you need to ask question about your brand, like you need to ask question like what problem does your brand solve, what problems can you solve better than your competitor, who do you and your team like to serve. Research your potential segment. Before you launch a marketing campaign for a new segment of your market, verify that it is a good option. Research to see what competition exists and if audience are interested in your market. This is the reference link that I use for today's lecture. That's it for today. Thank you.